Pixels of Despair. The neon glow of the vintage arcade drew me in, a relic from a bygone era. The air hummed with the electronic melodies of retro games, promising a nostalgic escape into pixelated fantasies. Little did I know that the arcade held secrets that transcended the realms of gaming, plunging me into a nightmarish reality. As I stepped into the dimly lit arcade, the fluorescent lights flickered overhead. The cacophony of beeps and electronic jingles surrounded me, creating an atmosphere of both excitement and trepidation. Panic set in, as the vintage cabinets seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy, and the pixelated characters on the screens contorted into unsettling forms. The spectral figures of former gamers materialized, their eyes hollow and fixated on the glowing screens. They spoke of a curse that had woven itself into the circuits, a malevolent force that hungered for the souls of those who sought refuge in the pixelated worlds. The once lively arcade now housed trapped spirits, condemned to play an eternal game of despair. I tried to leave, but the arcade had transformed into a nightmarish maze. The spirits pursued me, their ghostly forms blending with the pixelated landscapes on the screens. I was trapped in a place where the boundaries between the virtual and the tangible had been erased. In the heart of the arcade, I discovered an old console, an ancient relic with a pulsating screen. The spirits implored me to interact with the game, to uncover the curse that bound them to the pixels of despair. As I pressed the buttons, the electronic melodies shifted into a haunting composition, and the screen flickered with cryptic symbols. The spectral figures, now merged with the digital energy, surrounded me. The once flickering lights steadied, casting an eerie glow on the vintage cabinets. The atmosphere shifted, and for a moment, the arcade seemed to return to its former state. Believing the curse broken, I cautiously stepped away from the console. However, the electronic melodies persisted, and the spectral figures, now part of the digital realm, lingered in the shadows. The curse had not been lifted. Instead, it had merged with the very essence of the arcade. As I wandered through the rows of cabinets, the pixelated characters on the screens seemed to come alive. The once harmless games transformed into grotesque simulations, blurring the lines between reality and the digital realm. The spectral figures, now part of the electronic energy, beckoned me to join their eternal game. The arcade, once a haven for gamers, had become a gateway to a surreal dimension where the boundaries between pixels and flesh had dissolved. The electronic melodies, once a source of joy, now echoed with a haunting discord. The curse of the arcade had transcended the confines of the physical, manifesting as an otherworldly force that thrived on the fusion of the real and the virtual. The memory of the arcade, now pixels of despair, still haunts me, a chilling reminder that some curses are not bound by the tangible world. As I carry the electronic melodies within me, the arcade stands as a testament to the delicate balance between the real and the virtual. A place where the echoes of spectral gamers linger in the pixels, forever entwined with the soul of the forsaken gamer. Game over forever. The neon lights of the arcade beckon me as I stroll through the quiet streets. Intrigued, I entered, expecting an evening of nostalgic gaming. Little did I know that the arcade housed a sinister secret, one that would blur the lines between reality and the virtual realm. As I played a vintage game in the dimly lit corner, the atmosphere in the arcade shifted. The game's pixelated characters seemed to mock me, their expressions twisting into malevolent grins. Panic set in as the machine emitted a low hum, and the surroundings blurred into an otherworldly dreamscape. The spectral figures of gamers, long gone, manifested around me. Their eyes glowed with a haunted intensity as they whispered of a curse that bound them to the games. They were trapped in an eternal contest, their souls consumed by the digital realm. I tried to step away, but the arcade had become a nightmarish labyrinth. The spirits pursued me, their ghostly forms blocking every exit. I was trapped in a place where the boundaries between the real and the virtual had been erased. In the arcade's dusty office, I discovered an old diary revealing the tragic tale of a game designer who had struck a dark deal to infuse his creations with the essence of lost souls. The spirits implored me to break the curse, to free them from the endless loop of pixels and beeps. As I unplugged the cursed arcade machine, the spectral figures dissipated into the ether, and the arcade returned to its mundane reality. The flickering neon lights cast an eerie glow on the empty machines, a haunting reminder of the digital purgatory that had been broken. The memory of the game over forever still haunts me. A chilling reminder that the nostalgia of arcade games can hide the darkest of secrets. Pixelated paranoia. In a forgotten corner of the city, I stumbled upon an obscure arcade with flickering lights and outdated machines. The air buzzed with an eerie energy as I played a peculiar game, tucked away in the shadows. Little did I know that my virtual endeavors would lead to a nightmarish journey into the world of pixelated paranoia. As I navigated the game's labyrinthine levels, the surroundings began to warp. The pixelated landscape shifted into grotesque shapes, and the machine emitted an otherworldly hum. Panic set in as the game characters, once mere pixels, transformed into nightmarish creatures that leered at me from the screen. The spectral figures of previous players emerged, their eyes filled with terror as they spoke of a malevolent force within the game. They were trapped in a digital nightmare, their minds forever entwined with the pixelated horror. I tried to exit the game, but the arcade had become a nightmarish dimension. The spirits pursued me, their ghostly forms blocking every escape route. I was trapped in a place where the boundaries between the real and the virtual had been distorted. In the arcade's forgotten maintenance room, I uncovered a dusty manual detailing the game's creation by a reclusive developer. The spirits implored me to unravel the twisted code, to release them from the pixelated purgatory that had claimed their sanity. As I manipulated the game's code, the digital nightmare disintegrated. The spectral figures vanished, and the arcade returned to its mundane reality. The flickering lights now held a subdued glow, a reminder of the digital horror that had been unleashed and contained. The memory of pixelated paranoia still haunts me, a chilling reminder that within the confines of virtual worlds, unseen forces can seize control.